while they're setting up the generator and microphone stuff. Then we'll have some speakers, and then we'll have like a cookout, and everyone just, you know, show love, solidarity. Also make sure you're registered to vote. If you haven't gotten a chance to meet Lewis, who's running for city council, get to meet him. He's actually, I feel like, going to be the start, the domino effect for change here in Vallejo. So, yeah, I don't have a megaphone, so I hope everyone cool. So around 12:40, we'll get ready to just march out. We're just giving people some time to get here. So, cool.
Yeah. We don't need that. Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna start. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? I can't hear y'all. Okay, I need y'all to be loud. We need BPD to hear us once we come pulling up, all right? No justice?
No peace!
No justice?
No peace!
No justice?
No peace!
No racist?
Police!
No racist?
Police!
No racist?
Police!
Black Lives Matter!
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 Black Lives Matter! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
what do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
we don't get it.
Shut it down! Shut it down! No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace!
Black Lives Matter! No! Justice! No!
Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Fuck the racists.
Police.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Fuck the racists.
Police.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
And when do we want it?
Now.
Fire Jared Todd!
Fire Jared Todd!
Fire Jared Todd!
Fire Jared Todd.
Fire the Fatal 14!
Fire the Fatal 14.
Fire the Fatal 14!
Fire the Fatal 14.
John Monterrosa!
John Monterrosa.
John Monterrosa! John Monterrosa!
John Monterrosa.
Martyrs never die!
Martyrs never die.
Martyrs never die!
Martyrs never die.
Martyrs never die!
Martyrs never die.
Willie McCoy!
Willie McCoy.
Willie McCoy!
Willie McCoy.
Ronell Foster!
Ronell Foster.
Ronell Foster!
Ronell Foster.
Angel Ramos!
Angel Ramos.
Angel Ramos!
Angel Ramos.
Guy Jerome!
Guy Jerome.
Guy Jerome!
Guy Jerome.
Eric Reason!
Eric Reason.
Eric Reason!
Eric Reason.
Petey Perez!
Petey Perez.
Petey Perez!
Petey Perez.
No justice!
No peace.
No justice!
No peace.
No justice!
No peace.
No justice!
No peace.
I'm gonna pass this off to my brother right here because I'm losing my voice. Sorry,
No justice,
No peace.
no justice,
No peace.
no racist,
Police.
no racist,
Police.
no justice,
No peace.
no justice,
No peace.
no racist,
Police.
no racist.
Police.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
we don't get it.
Shut it down.
We don't get it.
Shut it down.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
no justice,
No peace.
no justice.
No peace.
Yeah, let's make some noise.
Yeah!
Make some noise out here. Let them know we out here in these streets representing for all our lost loved ones. We ain't gonna stop fighting until we get justice. So we gotta let them know we out here. Let them know we out here fighting for justice for Vallejo and for the whole Bay Area. Shout Monterrosa. No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No racist.
Police.
No racist.
Police.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No racist.
Police.
No racist.
Police.
Full street.
Our street.
Full street.
Our street.
Full street.
Our street.
Full street.
Our street.
If we don't get justice,
Shut it
if
down.
we don't get it,
Shut it down.
if we don't get it,
Shut it
if
down.
we don't get it,
Shut it down.
Black Lives Matter.
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 Fire the Fatal 14.
Fire the Fatal 14.
Fire the Fatal 14.
Fire the Fatal 14.
Very quiet.
Yeah, we coming up to the close to the police station to sound out the Wilson Billboard. We shut these streets down. We don't need no escorts, no none of that. We out here. Whole street. Whole street.
Our street.
Whole street.
Our street.
Whole street.
Our street.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Outside right now. We're gonna go and show y'all the billboard. We
disarm, abolish the police. Defund, 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 disarm, abolish the police. Our streets, our streets, our streets, our streets.
All right, turn on one of these blocks. Going down here to let these police know. Let these pigs know we out here and we ain't going nowhere. Who got my back? I'm under attack. You got my back? We got your back. Who got my back? We got your back. Who got my back? We got your back. Who got my back? I'm under attack. Who got my back? We got your back. Who got my back? We got your back. Who got my back? We got your back. Whole street. Our streets. Whole street. Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! They come all the way from San Francisco. I've seen them in Sacramento. We done ran into them in Fairfield, all over the place, pulling up in big school buses, like 40, 50 deep. They out here in this fight for real. And when y'all hear them talk, y'all can tell that they really is invested in our community with us. They know more stuff about what's going on in Vallejo than I do. So we love y'all for that. We got y'all back.
Oh, yeah.
The plan is to move forward and use to come to the protest in Vallejo. Yeah. Which is why I don't.
Yeah. Do you have a second to talk? I think it's on. Yeah. Good idea.
You get some water.
I'm trying to get the mic.
So Vallejo Control. So what's your name?
My name's Maggie, and she
Maggie with the IE or and Harrison like a George?
yeah, that's right.
What gave you the idea to make umbrellas? Prioritize for food, and by the end of speakers, people should.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you too, Beth. It's alright. It's hot. It's hot.
Got a hot dog ready?
Thank you. It's over here.
Is it a hot dog ready? Can we eat?
Yes, help yourself.
Here, baby. Here, Mama gotta get a hot dog. It's starving.
Mama gotta eat. Yeah, him too.
And then I moved away from it.
So we've got Vallejo. I've been sorting. So like you'll see one like with a wood.
Right? I got my city mentality.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know.
Like
This should be the mail. Yeah, but I have your contact info. Go ahead and fill that out, and then I'll make sure I relay the list of my volunteers.
I've not seen a study.
I know.
And then these are hot links or just
Yeah, there's hot links and then hot dogs. Yeah, those are all.
smoke started blowing.
I drove behind them. Yeah, I didn't want, I couldn't.
For Sean Monterrosa, you know what? Billboard. Thank you, baby. Help us to stop. I need a hot dog. Need a hot dog.
You want a hot link or hot dog?
Hot dog. Okay, nothing hot. Just it's hot. No. Sean Monterrosa. And I don't remember the water. I know.
Up for Uri, y'all.
What's up, everybody? Okay. I'm not really a person that speaks too much, but I'll try my best. So I'm the artist who created this portrait of Sean Monterrosa, which is part of my Justice for Our Lives portrait series. It's 100 people killed by U.S. law enforcement, and I started this project in 2014. I was inspired by Black Lives Matter, and at the time it was maybe like 6 months old since its inception, from when I started producing these portraits. But it was also a little bit of a spontaneous thing as well. After coming back from the annual vigil that they had for Oscar Grant at the Fruitvale BART station. So now we're in 2020, so it's been like 7 years. I think I have like about 95 portraits that I've done, and the plan is to make a book out of this whole process. So that's something to look out for in 2021. And as far as continuing after that, I'm not sure, because this has been such a big undertaking, being all just me, and it being a project that is meant to be open source for people to download for free. So, but I'm definitely glad that I'm almost at the tail end. And so unfortunately we had the killing of Sean Monterrosa, and I was hit up by a friend of mine to help out the family by producing this portrait. And this was right after the George Floyd or during the George Floyd protests. So I was hit up a couple of weeks ago from Vessels of Vallejo, actually more like a month ago, to have this billboard put up, which was a continuation from a billboard that was put up in San Francisco. The exact same billboard. Premier Junior was the name of the like art gallery or something like that, or organization that made it happen out there. So now we have it out here, and I guess the plan is to continue with more billboards around Richmond. I don't think it's going to be more of my portraits, although I do have Willie McCoy that I produced that is part of my project, so I think we'll be making that happen at some point. Yeah, I think if anybody wants to know any more, you could talk to me. So thank you all for coming out. Thank you to Vessels of Vallejo, and much love to the Monterrosa family. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Also, he does have a couple prints of Sean's face. If you guys want to purchase some, I believe he's doing a kind of a half off right now. They're great for, putting in front of your house, gifting to somebody, taking a protest is, putting in front of a Karen's house, Chad's house. Sorry if I offended someone whose names those are, but yeah, just standing in solidarity with Sean, but also all the families here in Vallejo, and the fight continues. It's not a move. Well, it is a movement, but it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So thank you.
Yeah. So these are portraits that I've been offering for donations for the last month, and the ones that I have with me right now are what I consider misprints, but it's really just really small blemishes, and I sell them for $25, but since we're here in person, there's going to be no shipping, so I was thinking of selling them for $10 each, but if you want to donate more than that, then please do so that we could support the family financially. But I have maybe like about 20 of them, and if you want to get any more, I'm actually going to be doing more prints next week. I'm going to do a smaller run, so whoever misses out on a poster today and wants to get some after, just hit me up online.
Thank you. Woo! Give a round of applause for Uri. Thank you. Well, on behalf of our family, our parents couldn't make it out. We just want to say thank you so much to the community of Vallejo, the whole Bay Area. P.D. Perez's father is always with us, riding hard, coming from Richmond. People, Brown Issues coming from Sacramento, shout out to them. It's a long fight, but from when Sean was murdered, it's been hard on us. It's been 3 months. Almost feels like a year, but best believe we've been stirring the pot alongside with the families in Vallejo. We're making sure that everything that's been done in the dark is coming to light, and Vallejo Police Department will be seeing Sean's face, but also we want to have this be a continuance and have all the other 37 men murdered on the hands of police being up there too. I know that there are 14 officers still employed who have murdered each and one of our loved ones who are, that work there. So, Sean Kenny, I believe, is one, Steve Darden, Jared Ton's one, and so many other. Those 14 gotta go. So when they go home, when they go to work, when they patrol, they're gonna have to see these faces every day. And best believe, thank you to the community for helping fundraise and crowdfund, but we're gonna do it for all the other families as well. Vessels of Vallejo signed a 6-month contract with that Billboard, so it won't just be Sean, it'll be more of the impacted families, loved ones up there as well. We just want to let you guys know we do have a few more petitions coming, more call to actions and direct actions, which we will be planning. If anyone wants to get involved and come talk to us, we eventually want to start planning a bigger march to come. And, just thinking strategically, what else can we do? Pushing for people to run for city council, run for mayor, because all these people who are in elected office here, they don't care about the communities here. The only person I really see is the guy with the pink shirt. I don't know. Yeah, that dude, Rob McConnell.
I think he's running for mayor, right?
Yeah.
Okay, period.
And Lewis, people who are, who care about the community, who actually are here with the impacted families all the time, and that's what real change is about, is having people who are in these offices really hearing our voices. The families, impacted families, we deserve a seat at the table, and we deserve to have our voice be heard, because at the end of the day, those people right now in office don't give two shits about us. And it sucks, how many times have these families been crying out loud, going to city council meetings, pulling up to the doors, and yet they still turn their cheek. And with this billboard being up here, it's not just for Vallejo Police Department, it's all those people who allow for these cop sympathizing things to happen, so they can't turn their cheek too, even though they don't live here. And I best believe, I'm sure they don't live here, and that's why they don't care about this community. But Ashley and I will do everything in our power and make sure that, people are paying attention to local politics going on here. We're not from Vallejo, but best believe if I could vote out here, I would. But, we're pushing for people to stand up for what's right. Don't wait till it's one of your loved ones taken on the hands of police for you to care. But it goes to show all of you guys here just being committed with all of our families. And we just want to say thank you and pay attention. Vote for Rob right there. Vote for Lewis. And, I hope this is a little seed planted in you guys in wanting to run for something and being the change for this city, and hearing out the impacted families and how they want to strive for change. Because at the end of the day, your little ones, our little ones are growing up in this world fearing when they're going to be the next hashtag. And it's a messed up reality. That, people say the system's been broken, but no, this system's built this way. It's never been here. And just like with that being said, Sean's last text message to me and Ashley just went to show that there has to be a conversation about anti-blackness within Latino communities, because that shit is not right. Sean went out as a martyr. Just his last text message to us 40 minutes before he was murdered was, hey, can you sign this petition for George Floyd to get justice? It only takes a minute to sign a petition. I did. I responded by saying just did it, and Ashley responded with the heart. And it's almost like a divine message of Sean saying, this is my last final message to the world. Here's a torch, run with it and do something about it. And I want to cry right now, and I can hear Sean telling me, stop crying, do something about it. And that's the mentality me and Ashley have been having every day when we face this systematic oppressive world, because at the end of the day, they don't want to see black and brown unity, but best believe we're going to break those barriers and show this world that there's strength in numbers, there's real solidarity, just having that conversation at home too. It's a real conversation that everyone should be having, within our communities, and, protect our street vendors, protect everyone, protect our loved ones from, unfortunately dying on the hands of police too, language barriers, whatever it is, we need to start implementing more things to bring that solidarity. And, we've even encountered people who don't feel the same way or see the same way we do. We're luckily, all of us, we're born and raised, and we're out here in the Bay Area where we're very diverse. There's other parts of California where there's segregation is real still. People don't even go out their neighborhoods or boroughs to associate them. They're like, nah, I stay in this area, they stay in that area. And it's just something that for me and Ashley, it's something that we've never seen. Because, you know, we're from Frisco. We can go to Oakland, we can go to Levine, we can go exactly, international. But you know what I mean? These are just conversations that we really need to address. We need to dismantle, just like we need to dismantle the police, but we need to bring that unity and solidarity. And we need to decolonize that part. Well, I'll pass the mic over to her real quick, and then we'll have Miss Angela and whoever other families or anyone wants to share some words, feel free to come up and just say what you got to say.
As we're talking, feel free to grab some food, some snacks and whatnot. Feel free to register to vote. If you haven't, I don't want to take too much time because I want to give families that don't always have an opportunity to speak. So I'll pass this over to Miss Angela, and then if Chris, you want to talk, if Petey Perez Pops wants to talk, and whoever else. So here you go, Mama.
Give a round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, I'd like to give an honor and praise to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for getting us all here safe in our endeavors as we try to uplift all of our spirit and keep our children's names alive and let these people know that our lives matter and they will be held accountable. My name is Angela Denise Sullivan. I am the momty of Ronell D'Angelo Foster. He was murdered February 13, 2018 by Vallejo police officer Ryan McMahon. He also killed Willie McCoy 361 days later, and he's still employed. It's time for us to get mad, y'all. We got to stand up and get mad. They are flat out telling us right here in Vallejo, in this 100,000 people town, with 30 police officers on the force, that our lives don't matter. Them fatal 14 should have been gone a long time ago. So now we got to run off Nick off, am I saying his name right? We got to come for him and the DA and the mayor all at the same time. We got to do this simultaneously. Yep. We got to do it loud, we got to do it hard, and we got to do it now.
That's right.
I'm talking about now. I appreciate everybody being here and standing with this fight for us. I hear people saying they've been doing this 10 years, 15. I'm not going to spend 10 years in hell. I'm living in purgatory. We all living in purgatory right now. Reliving our children's deaths over and over every day. And then watching these people ride around here. And to me, they literally laughing at us. They laughing like we don't matter. We matter. So vote, register, and show up. Show up. It's time to get loud. We finna put together a situation at the DA's office and probably a house. I hope I don't have to go to her front door, because when we went to the office, if you notice, the little pressure replied to us, she ran scared, y'all. She refused. So all we got to do is run up there one more time and she gonna quit. Okay. I want her ass out of office. She got to go. She has held no one accountable for the murders of our children. I'm gonna say this, and I pray that God forgive me, but I feel like going to kill each and every one of them. I believe in an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth when you can't get the justice that you deserve. They killed our children. And if I don't get justice in court, I guess I'm going to hell or jail. They're not going to get away with killing Ronell. The DA asked me, was I threatening her? This is not a threat, it's a promise. It's a promise, bitch. Excuse my language for all the kids that's out here, but I want this hoe to know. I told you when you handed me that report and told me that my child's death was justifiable because he ran, I'm coming for your ass. I'm coming, baby. I ain't going nowhere, I promise you. I promise you. And I got backup. Teamwork make the dream work. The biggest fear in white America is that the color unite. And all we got to do is come together, y'all. Stand as one. We can create our own police. We can create our own governing for what's right, just, and fair. We are the people. We are the power.
We did it thousands of years ago.
Have the faith and strength in us to know and believe that we can do this, y'all. We the people. Right now, it's enough of us to go overpower them. And they got all the guns. They scared of our unity. They scared of our unity. We gotta come together.
We help each other.
No justice?
No peace.
No justice?
No peace.
I need everybody here to commit to this promise. They will be held accountable. Ain't no stopping. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, y'all, until it get right, or I'm gone, and I don't plan on dying no time soon. So, let's go. Let's go. No justice, no peace. No justice,
No peace.
Thank you, Mama. And like she said, you know, at the end of the day, they don't want to see us united. They don't want to see us dismantle the system. But best believe in our lifetime, we're going to see change. For all these little kids running around here, they don't have to worry about that. And I'm sure all generations have said something like that. But, you know, it's time we do it now and not wait for the next person to do it. We got to do the groundwork ourselves and re-strategize, reorganize. Because, you know, maybe the thing we planned a few months ago didn't work. But we got to keep getting together. And, you know, not just for Vallejo. Everywhere, around the whole world. And one more thing I want to highlight. We need to protect our black women. Yeah. Breonna Taylor. That just showed how this... Jessica Nelson. So many. Sandra Bland. Yeah, and you know, that ain't right. And that's another conversation people don't like to have. But I just wanted to highlight that because that pissed me off the other day. And, you know, them going to state an emergency. We know not all skin folk is kinfolk. Remember that. And, you know, Shawnee Williams, right there. No skin folk, not all skin folk is kinfolk. Just gonna leave it at that. But I'm gonna pass this off to Petey Perez's Pat.
Yeah, thank you guys for being here. It's just really encouraging to see people turn out in numbers because we have a real cause here. And, you know, I've been doing this for 6 years now, a little bit over 6 years. My son was killed 6 years ago. And, you know, what's the painful part I see every day is we all the victims of police violence is brutality, I should say, is we all have the same story. They demonize your son, they demonize whoever it is, and they try to justify what they did. And I will give a shout out to Mr. Rob McConnell. He's like one of the only Vallejo people that actually listen to me for a few minutes. But then if he does get elected, we're going to hold him to accountable. And he always says the right thing, so hopefully it plays out. So, yeah, like I say, we all have the same story, the demonizing and stuff of everybody. Like, you have a hammer in your pocket, so you have you got a capital offense. My son was totally unarmed. He was intoxicated, but then again, if you think about the neighborhood he was in, there's a gazillion intoxicated people in the neighborhood, and none of them, you know, they don't even bother writing tickets no more because most of them, you know, ain't gonna do nothing about it. But this cop decided to escalate the situation and stuff, and we see the results. Nothing we do here is going to bring my son back. Nothing's going to bring Sean Monterrosa back. But we will be able to bring justice to the system. And, you know, this defund police, you know, it's a real thing right now. You know, all this training these cops do, they manipulate the scenario to, they get paid overtime dollars to go to training. Think about that, you know. They should, that training should be part of the program. There's more cops in retirement that are on payroll than there are cops on the streets. These cops are just playing the system and just, it's a money grab. And I know you all heard before, the root of all evil is the love of money. You know, I didn't write that, it's in the Bible. So it's so many times over and over again, this it's really ugly that the evil comes from people we trust. I just happened to be in Oakland the other day for Breonna Taylor's memorial, and I was lucky enough to get attention from Channel 2, and so they, you know, I said on there, I'm not here to demonize the police. I'm here to bring respect back to their jobs and stuff, to restore integrity in their policing. So that's all we want is real policing. We want none of this, these damn pigs out there being afraid of their own shadows, and no matter what they see, especially if they see a black man, I guess that's like seeing their shadow. They shoot first and then ask questions later. Or they don't even ask questions later, they just justify it. They just act like it's all cool. You know, it's got to stop. And I'm glad that the Monterrosa sisters are in this fight. And it's actually, I'm not glad. But I do need strong allies in this fight. And I wish none of us were in this fight. You know, Angel Ramos' family, same thing in this fight. Mario Romero's family. She's one. The sisters were one of the first ones that came up to us, and you know, gave us lended us their ear and stuff, because they genuinely knew the pain. So it's pain that I don't want no one else to feel. We need to put a stop to this. These damn cops. You know, they drew the first blood. They're the ones who are. We're only reacting to their actions. Our reaction is from their actions. The thing that happened in Compton the other day, those cops getting shot, that only sets us back. But still, you're not going to get no tears out of my eyes for no pigs or nothing like that.
Don't laugh at me.
Again, it's a reaction to their actions. They're the ones that drew first blood. They're the ones that are disrespecting the community. We got to put a stop to this. They need to reevaluate how they're treating the community. This community policing thing is going to be a reality, because we're going to just put those damn police out of a job, because all they're doing is a money grab for taxes. All they're doing, the police unions have no business influencing law. They need to be, the police unions need to be outlawed. They need to stop these damn their influence on laws. We're the ones that make the laws. The people, we're the ones who want just laws for us. They just want control. They're goddamn control freaks. You know how many times the cop that shot my son is now head of security at the University of San Francisco. I need to get a letter out to them, tell him he's a liability. He's scared of his own shadow, like I said earlier. So, God, there's so much to say about this stuff. I could talk forever, but again, I appreciate having strong allies like these girls and Ronell Foster's family and Angel Ramos' family, and together we're going to put a stop to this injustice the damn pigs are doing to us, and FTP all the way.
Thank you. Give a round of applause. Next up, we got Chris, which is Mario Romero's sister.
Hi everybody, my name is Chris Kelly. My brother Mario Romero was murdered by the Vallejo Police Department on September 2nd, 2012. So unfortunately, my family, we've been in this struggle, this fight, this battle for 8 years, and it's been a long 8 years. And the last 4 years have been even longer, a very horrible time. When you are to the point in America where that murders can go on openly and it's like nobody cares. But we've had to wait. We've had to wait 4 long years. And now it is time for us to make sure that the changes that need to be made are made. It's not a good feeling having to be a part of this crowd. You know, I don't wish it on anybody, because what it does to your family and to your life is so significant that a lot of people do not recover from it. They are not able to go on in life or do anything. So when you see us standing up here, you know, we're the ones that are strong enough to stand up here, okay? Because it is a very hard thing to do, to grieve publicly and to have to endure all this shame they try to put on you after they kill your loved one. So it's just good to see everybody out here. And, you know, Sean, you know, I know he's looking down and looking at his sisters and like, you know what? I'm so glad you guys are my sisters and you're standing up for me, you know? And that's what we do, you know, that's what we do. And so I just want all the family members who are in this to, you know, give yourselves a hug, a pat on the back, you know, some dad props, because you deserve it, because this is not easy, you know. And we could have very easily went all the way onto the other side where we had every right to go immediately. But we tried to give justice a chance. We tried to see if the system would work, and obviously it has not. But we have not given up, and we will not give up, okay? And I know a lot of people feel an urge to move really fast, and, you know, but the wheels of justice turn very slow. And this type of injustice, it turns even slower. And so it may, you know, feel like we have to rush and do things, but all this stuff is done by strategy. Yep. By strategy, you know, because that's exactly what they have been using as they murder us to continue to murder us is strategy. And so we have to take the time to make sure that our strategy, you know, it's going to be a winning strategy, not just something for the moment. So it's good to see everybody out here. My heart and all my love go to all you guys and all the supporters and everything. Without you guys, it's no telling what we would be, because we have the right to be a whole bunch of other things than what we are really, you know, what we're doing right now. So just thank you guys and all of it.
I got my big sister right here. Next up, I want to give these two lovely couple a chance to give an announcement for an event they have coming up next Friday at Lake Merritt.
Hi, we are volunteers at the East Lake Hall of Silos Message. It's a community center in Oakland at East Lake. We offer spiritual inspiration for everyone. It's open for all, and we are all volunteers doing it from the bottom of our heart to help bring community together and connect from a deeper space in ourselves. So I wanted to invite everyone. Next Friday, October the 2nd, is the International Day of Nonviolence. And in these times that violence is so evident getting into our lives and bringing so much suffering, police brutality, racial violence, economic violence, sexual violence, all kinds of violence is really affecting us all in different ways. So next Friday, October the 2nd, at Lake Merritt at the amphitheater, we'll be there from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Yeah, just trying to do a ceremony of well-being and just getting together to see ways in which all individually and as a community can overcome the violence.
I just wanted to add a small note. I've heard so many people here talking about this violent system, this system that comes after us in so many different ways and causes suffering in our communities and in ourselves. And I just hope that we can also see that this system that has been powerful for so long is also coming to an end. Any way you look at it, this is not a system that's going to last forever. This is a system that's coming apart, that's struggling for power, but it's falling apart in every way, in every shape and form. And so who's going to inherit the neighborhoods? Who's gonna be there when people are sick or when people need food or people need help? It's going to be us. It's going to be us who are out here doing the work in the neighborhoods. Yeah. You know? So as much fighting as we have to do against injustice, which is valid work, which we have to stay committed to, we also got to imagine that world that we want to build in the future. And I hope we can see that clearly, that beautiful world, the new way schools are going to be, the new way our communities are going to be, the new way, it's not going to be anything like what we've known up to now. The new world is coming, and let's build it together.
Thank you. Like he said, we have to push for that change, because at the end of the day, you know, a lot of us aren't going to get our loved ones ever back. It's just a matter of how we save more lives and prevent this system from, you know, another thing, we got to push harder for next year for SB 731 to be pushed to decertify these cops, because if this law was passed, who knows, in the 90s, 80s, you know, all of our loved ones would be here, because these murderous cops, you know, even if there was murderous cops, you know, those ones who have previous murders would not be certified and have that license to kill. So just want to open up space for anyone. Want to say something? Okay.
First, my name is Rusko Kayangyang. I'm a former Vallejo school board member who left the school board in 2018 when Jumpstart, which is funded by the Vallejo Police Union and the establishment, did a hit piece on me and another council member at the time. When I was a Vallejo Youth Commissioner in 2011, I unfortunately lost a good friend of mine who's on that list, Guy Gerald Jr., so I'm saying his name. And I remember those moments, had to accompany with the family to the vigils and all those moments. And I want to send my condolences to the Monterrosa family. It's thank you for coming to Vallejo and being with us in this movement. It's good to finally meet you. And as a legislative staffer who have worked under former Richmond Councilmember Javanka Beckles, I've worked with the Perez family for many years on legislation such as Kishon Harley's Value Human Life Bill, where we put language in there to have the police union pay the cost of any investigation, just like doctors' malpractice. We put so many actions in there, and we were able to get the Richmond City Council to pass it. And another example is I worked for the city of Berkeley as a legislative staffer, and we worked on legislation to, we call it support the redistribution of funds and resources from the Berkeley Police Department, which we included there, cut the Berkeley Police Department budget by 50%, along with 9 other action items, such as removing police from Berkeley Public Schools. And we also introduced an item just recently, a vote of no confidence in the Berkeley Police Chief, because all the shenanigans and the politics that have been going on in that department, and there's been a past record of disparities and data on police stops against Black and brown people. So we have all this model legislation that I helped worked on, and happy to share with anyone, because we don't have to reinvent it for Vallejo. We could bring it to Vallejo and champion. All it takes is just political courage and champion. And I remember when I first ran for school board, I had to prevail by 2 votes to make a change here. And as someone said, we have an election coming up. It's so important to vote, because every vote counts, and we have to make sure we vote in people who's not bought off by the establishment, who's not bought off by the police. We need to vote in grassroots, independent thinking, strong people who will champion much needed legislation for us. So happy to talk to anyone about legislation we worked on in Berkeley as well as Richmond, along with Mr. Perez. And I remember going up with Mr. Perez and the family up to Sacramento for the AB 392 hearings to change the deadly use of force that police use, 1492, the 1421, the Police Records Act. We got to continue to champion these pieces of legislation here locally as well as statewide. So happy to help. Thank you.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Diamond Rose. I am with the Frontline Activist Movement, and I am on the podcast trying to keep you guys informed with everything that's happening, all the updates. Some of you might know me as Shaseen Brown or Bambi Badgie. I am also her too. That's a whole nother story. But I just wanted to say, first of all, a little plug in. We would love to hear from anyone that wants to say anything, that anyone has anything to say about the Billboard, BPD, the situation, your family, please come up to me or Prince, and we would love to have you speak, and we would love to feature you in an episode of our podcast. So please, 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 if you would like to say anything to anyone or about anything, let me or Prince know. Secondly, I want to piggyback on the whole voting thing. I say this in a lot of my satire videos. Please, please, please pay attention. I know I have a feeling that everyone that is here, we're kind of on the same page as to who we're rooting for, but I just want to say, do not fall for a lot of PR that you see on social media. Please do not fall for not post photos. I see that all the time. Not post photos, just out here in the community. You know who I'm talking about. Pay attention to who is actually coming out here, who's actually supportive, who's actually making the right votes during the city council meetings. Watch out for that. Pay attention. I'm sure we don't have a problem with everyone who's here. I don't think that's a problem. But please inform everyone you know to pay attention to the votes, to where these people show up, to who's endorsing them, stuff like that. Voting is very important. It's a very important part of this whole process of trying to make our city better. So I just want to stress that, because a lot of people want to just push it under the rug like it didn't happen, like there's not YouTube videos of it, like there's not receipts of all of this stuff. So, stay informed. And then lastly, we are one of the most diverse cities in the entire country, and we're gonna act like it. We're gonna be the most diverse city in America, and a precinct is not gonna stop that. Sorry, you're canceled. They're gonna be canceled. They're gonna be canceled soon, and it's gonna be so justified and so yummy when that happens. So we are strong. I say this in all of my satire videos. We are Vallejo strong, and we're gonna stay that way. And we're going to represent our city the way we have been known to be, and that's never gonna stop. So we are gonna keep on pushing, just as the families do, year after year, day after day, second after second. They keep pushing, and so will we, because we are here for right versus wrong. It's not a race thing. It's right versus wrong. And at least that's what I'm here for. And that's what I will continue to do. And that's what I will continue to do with my videos, with the podcast, with the families, with the support. That's what I'm here for. And I know that's what you guys are here for too. So, we are Vallejo strong. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we finish off, Vallejo Peace Project, and give me 1 second. Oh, I gotta go this way. And I wanted to give the platform to Louis to just highlight his campaign. And Louis is running for city council, and we need to see him elected. We need to do everything and protect him. Make sure we get him in office, because him and Rob McConnell is always out here. They're the only two people I see, and I hope this sparks one of us being out here to run for office here too and bring that change. I see Chris running too. I see that. I'm manifesting that. But let me give this to Maui and then to Louis, and then let's enjoy some food and enjoy Sunday here.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Maui. I started the Vallejo Peace Project in 2015. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for coming out. It's wonderful to see these events happening, progressing, still happening. For everybody that doesn't know, which I'm sure by now everybody knows, Vallejo has been one of the most murderous cities in the nation. In 2012, from 2012 to 2016, they had the highest rate of officer-involved shootings per capita in the nation, which is pretty stark, dark reality. And it's surprising because it's such a small city, and as Diamond said, it's the most diverse city in the nation. So, that's a really cool thing to float on and say all the time. And, you know, you hear it from city council all the time. You know, the most diverse city in the nation. Sorry, I like cars and motorcycles. Easily sidetracked. But the most diverse city in the nation, and it's something easy to like float on and go on. But if you're not valuing that diversity, if your police department doesn't reflect that diversity, then it doesn't really stand for or mean anything. And our police department is 70% Caucasian. And recently I kind of was going through, they had like the demographics up, and it was bad. I was like, it was bad. There was, I think, 2 black women, 2 black men, and 1 Asian woman, and then pretty much the rest was white men. And that doesn't necessarily reflect the demographics of Vallejo, and that can lead to a serious problem, especially when you don't live in the city and you don't understand the culture of the city. You don't understand the culture of the people that you're policing, and that can lead to a lot of the issues that we've had recently. Like I said, it's wonderful seeing all the people out here. It's wonderful seeing these events keep happening, and like Ashley was saying, or was it Michelle? I think it was Ashley or Michelle. It's not a moment. This is a movement. So a lot of times, you know, you're gonna see a lot of stuff happening all at once, and then you might not see stuff happening. But that doesn't mean that nothing's happening. That means that, you know, there's regrouping going on. There's things that's going on behind the scenes. There's planning for future things. So don't get, you know, discouraged when you don't see people all in the street all the time, or you don't see the protests happening every week. But just understand that stay in tune, stay with your thumb on the pulse, keep tapped in with Facebook, Instagram, whatever means you use, because the families, this doesn't stop for them. This isn't a hashtag. It's not Amazon saying Black Lives Matter, or Uber understanding that Black Lives Matter now in 2020. It's a lifetime. It's a battle that takes an entire lifetime, a generation that they want to see change. We all want to see change. So understand that if it's not happening every week, doesn't mean that it stopped. This is still a reality for a lot of people. Vallejo's Police Department, although they haven't killed anybody in the past month or 2, doesn't mean they're going to stop killing people. We have to stay vigilant, stay on top of them, keep making the demands known, keep applying pressure, and let them know that this isn't okay. We're not adding any more people to this club of families that have lost family members to the Vallejo Police Department and receive no justice. And not only receive no justice, but they're not going to kill anybody else with no cause. Like, this is not okay. So again, I want to say thank you guys for coming out. Thank you to Vessels of Vallejo for getting the mural up. I'm excited to know that, you know, we're going to have it for 6 months, and excited to see what other pictures and art we can get up there to kind of depict what's been happening in Vallejo. And yeah, thanks again.
All right, y'all. Round of applause for all the speakers. And we're just gonna finish this off with Lewis real quick. Lewis.
All right. I just want to thank everybody for coming out. This is amazing to see. Our community has been out here all summer, you know, speaking out against the injustice, but not even all summer. Like, years before I was even thinking about this stuff, people were out here marching and going to city council meetings and calling for justice for the family members that they have lost to police brutality. So I really want to give a shout out to those individuals who've been out here fighting this fight. This doesn't start with us. This doesn't end with us. We have to keep fighting. I don't really want to highlight my campaign because this isn't about me. This is about our community. I just want to say it is important to vote. Pay attention to what's going on in your local elections. Pay attention to the measures. We're saying no on Measure G because that measure will add extra tax to our already struggling community, our already marginalized communities that are struggling to pay, you know, rent and pay for basic living needs. So no on Measure G. We don't want new tax. It's not a good time for that. They don't have anything to put that towards. They're not saying like this is going to go towards
this, or that. It's going to go into the general fund, and we know that they're going to try to fund the police station. They're going to try to fund the police department with that extra tax. So if you're here in Vallejo, vote no on Measure G. Pay attention to what's going on. Do the census. The census benefits us. If people like me, black people, brown people do the census, it gives us a better understanding of where we need to put money, where we need to prioritize certain resources. So please do the census. I think they extended the deadline. It was the 30th, but they just recently extended it. So make sure you do that. Again, thank you to the community. This is big to see. Vessels of Vallejo is just one organization amongst many that is out here fighting every day to bring justice to the lives and to the families of victims of police brutality. That billboard will be up for 2 months. From there, we'll have one more Sean Monterrosa billboard that's going up somewhere in Vallejo. And then we have a 6-month contract with the Billboard company that we will be doing an open call for artists, specifically Black Indigenous people of color, to especially Vallejo, born and raised. If you can, if you know any artists, or if you are an artist yourself, go to our social media. We're doing an open call, and the artists who are selected for this call will receive $250, and their billboard will be showcased on the next billboard. We'll have the guidelines and everything once they reach out, so we're asking that the billboard will have specific details, because we're trying to call for justice for all families. But other than that, all the information will be on our social media, so spread that word. Yeah, thank you.
I just wanted to give a shout out. My name is Magda Loxley. I started Vallejo Street Stewards. Woohoo! And we are going around town just trying to clean up the joint, and we're really looking for everybody to just adopt their neighborhood and clean up their neighborhood. I have some flyers if you guys are interested, but you can just join us on Facebook at Vallejo Street Stewards. And our group has grown to about 500 plus people in about a month. And we have people in every district with eyes on the streets. So we don't need eyes in the sky if we got eyes on the streets. Let's do it. Let's take back the streets peacefully. Woo! Vallejo Street Stewards, find us on Facebook at Vallejo Street Stewards.
All right, and so we are going to wrap up. We're going to play some music. We still have food, plenty of food, so if you're hungry, please take some to go. If not, it's going to go to waste, so we don't want to do that.
Take it home.
Yeah, take some food home.
If you live in the city, take it to the Tenderloin or anywhere. Feed the homeless. Feed the dancers.
All right, and we're going to wrap up with Tyler. This is Tyler. She's the organizer of the festival. She worked extremely hard to make all of this happen. So give her a round of applause.
Hi, y'all. All right, so I'm going to keep it short. Everyone touched on something I was going to say. But just to plug a few last minute things before we wrap up and get to eating and playing music and everything, make sure you guys visit these 2 tables here. We have a lot of informational flyers with those cool little codes and shit, you know, that you can like pull stuff up on. Make sure you guys grab some information. And if you're one of those people like me who loses track of lots of flyers, try to post them on social media so we can get a good sample for some artists, and make sure we can commission some local folks. Hello. Sabotage. That means I need to stop. Okay. Thank you guys for coming out again. Please don't be shy. Take some extra food. And let's keep up the urgency for future actions. But for now, let's go ahead and have some fun. Thank y'all.